Cloud Slayer podcast. I'm Cloud Slayer, obviously. So, um, if if you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, please hit that follow. Consider it. You know what I mean? It helps out. I do appreciate it. And oh man, got a it's gonna be a short podcast, but I do want to touch a couple things on upcoming events or plans of events. Stuff like that. But also, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Have a very happy holidays. Be safe if you're traveling, especially by plane, cars, if it's freaking icy. So, um, and just keep in mind, you know what I mean, that during those stressful times, that it's not only stressful for yourself, but it's stressful for everybody around you, and especially if you guys, you've been in the kitchen with your family, right? Cooking with those mofos. Oh man, it can get hectic, especially with like mama or something like that. Your mom could be different than my mom. So everybody lives in a different situation or grew up differently, and not everybody experiences life the same way. So mine, my family could be pretty chaotic. So um, it's just to be mindful to you know be a little bit patient, listen a little bit more, and evaluate the surroundings. And if they look like they need help, help them out. Don't hesitate. You know what I mean? Some people don't know how to identify that, I guess, but don't hesitate. Help your family out. Help them out. It's stressful for everybody, not just numero uno, right? But anyways, I I am talking to some more friends. I'm trying to reschedule some of those other ones. Life happens. People get sick, and oh man, life happens. Everybody knows this. So I mean, it's just a matter of trying to get your schedules together, and hopefully nothing happens. You know what I mean? I'm always always praying, laying out my tobacco, because that's what natives do. Lay out their tobacco when they pray. Um, Lay it out, asking the Creator to protect all those around you and stuff like that. But you know, when it's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? Pray for happiness and health and stuff for all those around you and all those you care and love for. But I got another friend. It's pretty exciting to talk to him at work. He's a hard worker, but you know he doesn't want he doesn't want like a video capture or anything like that. He's camera shy, so it's gonna be an audio recording only. But I'll on like YouTube I'll have gameplay and stuff like that. But he kind of you know he doesn't, I guess, he wants to share a story, which I'm interested in listening to. Obviously, I've heard some of it, and he's a smart guy. He's fucking awesome. He's been through his life, just like everybody else. So he he has a fucking ghost problem, and he has some video of that shit. It's kind of scary. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't believe in ghosts, I guess you're probably like, fuck you guys. But I've had my own ghost experiences. He has his ghost experiences, and he's got some, just bunch of orbs and stuff like that. But also, I ain't gonna say too much. We'll talk about it. We'll touch those when I get that opportunity to talk to him and have him be a part of the podcast, which I'm going to be honored. I am honored to even have friends like these guys. Anybody, if you're listening and you're my friend, I'm honored. You know what I mean? I love you guys, and I appreciate everything. All the little talks, that keeps a person sane. That keeps a person from going, bonkers and shit like that. So, keep up the good work, man. I love you guys. So, and you're my family too. I love my family. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So, um, but still got love for you. So, oh man. But there are some side projects that I've been trying to work with some friends here. We've been discussing, brainstorming. We we want to do like a history type one, but we've been throwing out ideas. Like I threw out an idea of going going to like local places like the CCC camps in Black Duck, Minnesota here, where Camp Rabidoo, where they taught young boys during the Great Depression to do like woodmanship and stuff like that. I thought they had like they were helping people learn how to do like railroad tracks and stuff like that too back in the day. So it's very interesting. We got, history's everywhere, but it's also nowhere at the same time because we're such a forgetful race, and not everything gets passed down. You know what I mean? Not everything gets remembered in story or lore or anything like that. Except for like the main things like Bigfoot or something, which I'm sure we all heard about Bigfoot or Chupacabra or some shit like that. Um, but not everything that, I guess, more realistic or has happened in human history gets passed down or remembered like, I guess it should be. You know what I mean? Because, oh man, those were very very tough times. So as far as I've heard, obviously in books, so it's tough anywhere. I mean, there's people going through very tough things right now in the world. Even in the U.S. of A. So it's sad, and you what do you do? What do we do to help each other out? It's Money doesn't solve everything. Like they say, you give a person a fish, they eat for a day. You teach them how to fish, they eat for life. You know what I mean? But life's not that simple neither. So um, I I hope everybody has a happy holidays regardless. So try not to pull this stuff out. I'm sorry. I get on like those weird ass rambles sometimes, and yeah, whatever. But um, I hope um, you know you guys stay calm and stuff like that. So I have trying to reschedule, like I said, and more interesting conversations to come from other people like us, right? Um, Human beings living life, having weird shit happen to them, like ghosts and some UFO sightings or some shit like that. Because uh, you always hear about them, and you might have even experienced it yourself. The weird thing is, like, I had my own sighting, and people were like, "Were you on drugs?" Like, no, I was sober. I was getting off work. It was dark as shit. Late at night, northern Minnesota, and it's like, you might see some weird shit. So, I mean, like my dad seen somebody with like no face running on the side of the road and shit, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I wasn't gonna help that lady." I was like, "What if she was in trouble?" He's like, she had no face." It was like, "Were you tripping balls, Dad?" But it's it is what it is. Um, it's not that I don't believe him, because I don't know. He's he's come back and said some weird stuff like that, and I've had other friends that have similar experiences, especially around like tribal lands and stuff like that. There's weird stories. They date back long time ago. We always have ancient lore, like the little people taking care of the woods or something like that in native culture. Um, I've heard them. Like, it was pitch black in like Wisconsin. We were having like holding a ceremony, and you just hear them like out there laughing. Like, it was weird, and you know they in native culture they have they give you advice on what to do when you come across like those particular situations and stuff like that, like wendigos and stuff like that. It's like I don't know. It's creepy. I remember we came out of a sweat lodge once, and there's some really big footprints, and oh man, it was like, that's obviously not a human footprint. You know what I mean? Probably like Bigfoot or some shit, but you never know. But we didn't feel the ground shake or anything like that. But I do remember I have an uncle that's 6 months younger than me, so but he through adoption. So his mother adopted my mom, and that's how he became my uncle. But anyway, and his mom's like his mom's older. You know what I mean? But regardless, he's seen like fucking leprechauns and shit. He was saying little green people. He wasn't. Well, we were kids at some of these times. Who knows if he's actually seen something different and thought it was something like that. That's how I chalked it up. But you know, a lot of these stories go back in time, so you can't discredit them and stuff like that until unless if you were there with them and they were like, "Oh, I seen a leprechaun," and we're like, "No, we didn't, bitch." You know what I mean? So, yeah, just some weird stuff. But hope to share that a little bit more too, especially when I talk to my friend. Um, about his ghost sightings and stuff like that. So I hope everybody has a happy holidays. I'm gonna cut this bad boy short, but if you're on Spotify and you're listening to this, if you want to see videos, feel free to check out my YouTube. I have video on there, so um, you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a very happy holidays. Peace.